The time is 7:30 in the morning time on this Saturday morning, December 15th, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel Saturday Morning News on this Saturday morning, December 15th, 2018. Good morning to you all on this lovely Saturday morning, December 15th, 2018. Time 7:31, and we have a temperature of 49 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel. Saturday morning news is, despite federal judges' will, Obamacare exchanges are open for business, CMS official said. The 7-year-old migrant who died in the Border Patrol custody received medical care 90 minutes after first showing symptoms. Trump names Mick Mulvaney acting chief of staff. President survived after priests used teen's funeral to condemn suicide. Education Department will cancel $150 million in student debt after judge's order. Obamacare ruling delivers new shock to the health system. Alleged Russian spy Maria Butina pleads guilty to engaging in a conspiracy against the U.S. A government-funded stalemate. What is Trump's next move? France braces for a fifth weekend of Gillette John's protests. British minister warns Brexit is stuck as a no-deal referendum loom. Russia slowly throttles a Ukrainian port. France faces double dose of violence. 552-carat yellow diamond found in Canada, largest ever in North America. Should investors worry about the latest in Johnson & Johnson's telecom case? Stock bears deliver a win to the bulls. Branson looks ahead to the beginning commercial Spaceship 2 flights. Christmas comet, the year's brightest to pass by over the weekend. Clearest Gemini meteor shower fireball caught on Cap stash cam. A young star caught forming like the planet. High, tiny backpacks are turning bees into living drones. Scientists tell lawmakers fetal tissue research is essential, but House GOP refers to the listing, and NIH scientists found that breast cancer protection from pregnancy starts decades later. Okay. Looking at local news from the Sun Chronicle. Attleboro, most city councils seem to be in favor of taking action on a proposal by Mayor Paul LaRue to ban thin film single-use plastic shopping bags as a way to stem the tide of the bags finding their way into the recycling bins, which could cost city residents money. The ban is also hoping to help keep the environment cleaner by keeping them off the streets, out of trees, bushes, storm drains, and waterways. The bags, which are less than 4 millimeters thick, are not recyclable and costing the city's rubbish contractor Waste Management a pile of cash to remove the trash from the recycling stream. In addition, the bags pile the company's recycling machinery. As a result, Waste Management has threatened to increase the charges of the bags are not eliminated or drastically reduced in number. While council seem to intend action, what action will occur is a subject to the debate. The measure, which is the ordinance committee headed by Diana Holmes, was discussed on the floor this week. Holmes said most chain grocery stores already have plans in place to use paper bags, that a ban is imposed, mainly because similar bans are placed in 81 other communities in the state, including Mansfield. Several amendments and rules proposals were floated. Councilor Todd Corbis warned that the bags are banned, and as the mayor hopes stores may start using thicker plastic bags not covered by the ordinance. I applaud Corbis applaud the administration, as he said charging a fee to customers using the bags would be a more effective approach to reducing the use of the bags. Council Jay DeLisio did the same fee idea, labeling the tax law. Meanwhile, Council Laura Jones says she supported banning and charging fees, as fees would be imposed on customers as shopping at small stores not subject to demand. Dolan will impose fees on paper bags as well. Some people believe that paper bag production increases the carbon footprint. But she added a caveat. As she doesn't want to ban plastic bags, they're just going to get thicker bags. It would defeat the purpose, as Council President Mark Cooper said the use of thicker bags would be less harmful to the city because they are recyclable and would not result in a cost increase. One of the council's characterized the proposed ban as a feel-good legislation, but Cooper disagreed, as he doesn't see it as a way to save taxpayers' money. Council Wichita County said whatever is done should be done soon. As he's in favor of taking action on plastic bags, and he should do it before Waste Management has an opportunity to raise the tax rates, he said, as no action was taken as the matter remains in committee. Attleboro school officials say they are running into deficit this year, mostly due to higher than expected special education costs. But Business and Finance Director Mark Furtado said the figures stand at about $300 right now. He said special education costs have been rising beyond expectations. The school department has children moving in Attleboro who need service at out-of-district special education areas and special education programs also more. Children were designed for out-of-district service after hearings. Those requirements came after the budget for this fiscal year was that budget had all the way to increase spending for the special program by $1 million. Furtado and Superintendent David Story have been meeting with Paul Root to resolve this issue on City Budget Director Barry Lacasse. The school is always asking the cities to help out with the costs. However, said they did not want to say too much about the costs of the situation until the two sides have come to an agreement of it, and to say he does not want to see the teacher, the classmates, lead officers was also reluctant to say too much for now. In North Attleboro, a police officer assisted another officer at a traffic stop arrested a drunken driver suspect during what sounded like a crash nearby. Officer Robert Kern was on Elm Street near Route 1 helping another officer about 10:30 p.m. Thursday when he heard a loud bang and noticed patrons at a nearby gas station looked and stopped along the road. Kern drove his cruiser to investigate and noticed fluids on the highway before seeing a car traveling south with fluid leaking. The car also had a flat front tire, according to the police. Police suspect the car may have struck the concrete beam and divided Route 1 near Elm Street. The driver, Kenny Lynn Dunn, 42, technically pleaded the incident Friday in Attleboro District Court to drunken driving and related charges. Police said she had an empty bottle of cognac in the car that took a breath test that registered twice the legal limit for alcohol. Now is free on her own recognizance and is due back in the court next month for a pre-trial hearing. Peter Chill News Time, 7:37 on this Saturday morning. Time now for a sports report. The Boston Celtics defeat the Atlanta Hawks 129-108, while the Boston Bruins fall to the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh 5-3. The North Lancers boys basketball team defeated the Austin Panthers last night at Le Rock Gymnasium 69-57 beyond Griff Meckler's 30 points. And the North Lancers girls basketball fell to Austin on the road 54-30. Tonight, the Boston Celtics be in Detroit, taking on the Detroit Pistons. Game time 7 o'clock. Washington Wizards Phoenix Suns still in talks for a Trevor Ariza trade. If backup channel to choose, Kevin Nurkic will be next. And Drew Brees sends classic gift to teammates to help them break NFL record. Peter Chill News Time is 7:38 on this Saturday morning. Time now for Peter Chill Traffic Transit Check. Baby, let's study off on the MBT with a shuttle bus replaced Green Line D-Star Brentford between Kenmore and Reservoir this weekend to the track and signal work. Fairmont 9 notice on Saturday. Shuttle bus to replace all trains between Morton Street and Weevil from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Franklin Line train 1702, 6:40 a.m. from Forge Park 195 is not yet departed Forge Park 199 for current 56 minutes beyond schedule due to mechanical issue. And the ferries are looking good. Okay. Look, I was in Malways in New England in Rhode Island. It is looking good in Rhode Island. 120 and then stop on side. A tad bit slow between 24 and Kendall on the Braintree split. But it's looking good in southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Downs and Boston vicinity. And central and western Massachusetts sideways out. Looking good. Route 8 the northbound side, Wilson, Nantucket, Connecticut. In Worcester for the firefighter funeral of Christopher Roy. Expect some streets in Worcester to be closed. As beginning at 8 a.m. and conclusion of the service, that's possibly 1 p.m. The fall into 2000 road closure during the funeral of firefighter Christopher Roy taking place today between 10 a.m. and John's Catholic Church and Washington Square, along with roads leading in the square: 7th Street, Front Street, Grafton Street, and Shrewsbury Street. Below Grafton Street inbound to the city from the tonight eastbound ramp remain open. Franklin Street closed from Suffolk Street to Grafton Street. Temple Street, Green Street along the roads leading into Green Street: Ash Street, Temple Street, Plymouth Street, Harrison Street, Winter Street, Goddard Street, Gold Street, and Medicine Street, and Harder Street will be open from Winter Street to Kelly Square. Park Living back to the falls on Saturday, December 15th, and no parking on Temple Street and Green Street in Worcester beginning at 6 a.m. until the conclusion of the funeral procession. All right, looking at all the New England highways, they are looking good except Interstate 87 to stop outside Louisville on U.S.-Canadian border around New York State. Peter Chill News Time, 7:40 on this Saturday morning. Time now for a weather report. Looking at some rain showers around Kent County, Rhode Island, and northern Providence County in Rhode Island from Burrville down to Woonsocket and stretching in the Attleboro and stretching all the way through Buckington up to Scituate and down around Norfolk County and southern Suffolk County and stretching down Norfolk County from Milford down to Westwood and raining around Providence and Vicinity and allowing the rain from East Longmeadow all the way down to Sutton, Massachusetts and never bet the rain showers stretching line from Wakefield all the way down to Cape Ann and at the sea. And to the south of us, a line of rain showers stretching as far as west as north central Arkansas and southern Missouri, and stretching as far east as Delaware and New Jersey and far south as Florida. And seeing some snow flurries in west central portions of New Brunswick. Temperatures in the 40 spot, but just 7 New England, 39 degrees. Reading in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Walton at 30 spot production. And New England at 42 degrees. Reading in Concord, 28 in Portland, Maine, and 29 in Augusta, Maine. All right. Looking at forecast goes like this. Today, airs a drizzle before 1 p.m. Clouds cover at 53 degrees. Cloud wind coming in northeast 1, 5 miles in the afternoon. Tonight, increased clouds by 31 degrees. And cloud wind coming in northeast 1, 5 to 7 miles in the evening. Winds because I 20 miles an hour. Sunday, rain luck me after noon. Clouds cover 40 degrees. Northeast at about 69 miles because I 22 miles an hour. Just pitch at 7%. New response to rain temp. What is possible for Sunday? A rain before midnight. Rain possible mixed with snow low on 35 degrees. And northeast 11 miles because I 26 miles an hour. Just pitch at 8%. Little dose of expected by Monday at Church rain and storm before 9 a.m. Then at Church drizzle between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Most of the cast about 41 degrees. West about 7 to 10 miles outside. 23 miles at Church is 40%. Monday night, cast about 24 degrees. And north about 11 miles outside. 24 miles for Tuesday. Saturday, most of the coast about 32 about 80 degrees. North about 50 miles outside. 25 miles an hour for Wednesday. Saturday, about cast about 40 about 27 degrees. South was about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Thursday. Most of the cast at Church rain about 46 about 35 degrees. And south was about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Friday at Church rain, cast about 52 degrees. I've been way again with Sap at 6 miles on board. Whiskey size 3 miles an hour. Chest pitch is 30%. And right now, Northland overcast at 49 degrees. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Saturday morning news on this Saturday morning, December 15th, 2018. And viewers, hope you have a good morning and goodbye to you. Hope you have a wonderful day.